Cities, counties, and schools in Texas have won the latest round over mask mandates. Governor Greg Abbott's office responded to today's ruling, saying there have been dozens of legal challenges to the governor's executive orders, all of which have been upheld in the end, and they expect a similar outcome.
I am going to grant the temporary restraining orders that have been requested.
Today, Harris County, Houston ISD, several school districts in the Rio Grande Valley, and parents from Manor, Pflugerville, and Eanes ISD were involved in a temporary restraining order hearing against Governor Greg Abbott's executive order preventing government entities and school districts from mandating masks.
If other children are not wearing masks, our children are not protected. And to me, this represents a theme in the arguments of the state attorneys, where they're not making an argument that the governor's orders make us safe.
The temporary restraining order is in place until the two sides can meet again.
What we're seeing is a limitation of the mandate of Governor Abbott. And what we'll see is that they will get together with the judge in 10 days' time.
Not only did a state district judge in Travis County grant temporary restraining orders against Governor Abbott's executive order about mask mandates, so did a district judge in Dallas County, which applied statewide.
I'm just excited and pleased that the courts all across the state are finding that local elected officials, local school boards, local health authorities are able to do what it takes to keep local communities safe.
Travis County Judge Andy Brown released a statement after the judge's ruling, saying in part, today's ruling by another district judge reaffirms the position Travis County has taken all along. GA 38 is overreaching and limits the ability of local elected officials and health authorities to serve their constituents.
We need to do everything we can to help keep our communities safe, especially our children under 12 that don't have the opportunity to get vaccinated.
Since the judge's ruling, Manor, Pflugerville, and Eanes ISD haven't announced if they will change their mask policy. As of now, all three districts are not requiring masks.
School districts across Central Texas are divided. The Austin, Del Valle, and San Marcos school districts are requiring masks. But the Round Rock, Leander, Eanes, and Dripping Springs districts say while they strongly encourage the wearing of masks, they are optional. Those different policies have Austin leaders speaking out today in support of their position. Sasha Salinas remembers how it felt when she found out her two daughters would be required to wear masks to school.
A sigh of relief.
The Austin mom has a first and third grader at Josephine Houston Elementary School.
1, 2, 3.
They're too young to get the COVID vaccine, which is why she says she's counting on mandatory masking orders to keep the youngest students safe.
Masking, sanitizing, social distancing is all that we can do, and I applaud local leaders for just standing firm on that.
The Austin and Del Valle school districts voted to impose mask mandates in defiance of Governor Greg Abbott's executive orders banning them.
It's truly a matter of life and death.
Today, Austin Councilmember Vanessa Fuentes joined with other community leaders in Southeast Austin to rally support for the masking requirements. The elementary in Southeast Austin was chosen to bring home the need for more precautions.
We have a disproportionate rate of cases. We have a disproportionate rate of hospitalizations, as well as one of the lowest vaccination rates in the city.
School districts could be fined and face legal action for defying Governor Abbott's orders. Austin and Del Valle say they're ready to pay the price for added protection.
Lives are more important than money, and the safety and the lives of our students are a priority for Del Valle ISD.
This mom says she's convinced the school districts will stand firm against the threat of legal action and make her daughter's safety their top priority.
They're going to fight the fight. They're going to do what it's going to take to keep the kids safe, keep the mandate.
Third shot is for those who are immune compromised. The FDA singled out transplant recipients and those with a severely weakened immune system. And we heard from a virologist who says, let's get people their first shots before we start pushing boosters on everybody else.
I really want to be able to continue to live life.
For many like Haley, getting the COVID-19 vaccine felt like the safeguard to return to some sense of normal life. But now that the virus has mutated and mostly the unvaccinated fill hospitals, there's questions surrounding a booster shot for strengthened immunity. For Brianna, if it means that she can enjoy life without worries, would you get it?
Oh, absolutely.
This week, the Food and Drug Administration singled out transplant recipients and those with severely weakened immune systems as authorized to get a third shot.
Vaccines are working really well.
Dr. Hannah El-Sali is a professor of molecular virology at Baylor College of Medicine. She says those who take immune-suppressing medications or have diseases that reduce their immune systems tend to benefit less from the standard 2 vaccine doses. Roughly 7 million people in the U.S. are immune-compromised. And as for the general public, right now, boosters are not a priority, especially when over 30% of Texas is still unvaccinated.
At the moment, booster shots for the non-immune compromised may not be needed. But that's not to say this question should not be evaluated.
The CDC revealed over 1 million people already have gotten at least a third dose of the Pfizer or Moderna on their own. It's not clear if they did so because they had a weakened immune system.
As a rule of medicine, we usually always tell our patients, if you don't need a medication, don't take it.
Now, the authorization is only for Pfizer and Moderna, not yet Johnson & Johnson. Clinical trials are still underway for the vaccine for those under 12 years old. Now, the top infectious disease expert for the United States said sooner or later the general public will need a booster for durability protection.